Despite recent controversies over the company's privacy practices, Facebook reported strong financial numbers for its fourth quarter Wednesday. The social networking giant saw revenue grow by 30% to $16.9 billion in the fourth quarter, and its monthly active users rose 9%. The company now claims 2.3 billion people logging on regularly. CNET senior producer Dan Patterson joins us now to discuss. So, Dan, how surprising are these numbers? Did they surpass expectations?
You know, there is a bounce. And then there's a bounce. Yeah. And this is what we call in the business a bounce.
Okay.
Look, these numbers are incredibly surprising given the drip of bad news that Facebook saw all last year. But they should not be surprising given Facebook's commitment to their platform. By platform, I mean not just the Facebook app, but all of their applications, including WhatsApp, Instagram, and Oculus.
Right. People don't realize that when we talk about Facebook, we're not just talking about Facebook itself. It's all those other things you mentioned. So the most recent controversy, though, involved an app that Facebook paid young users to install. The app then enabled the social media giant to gain access to private data. So what more can you tell us about this?
So this application was billed as a VPN. These are virtual private networks. Generally, when we use VPNs, they create encrypted tunnels between our phone or our computer and the outside
It's supposed
internet.
to be safe.
Right. They're supposed to be safe. Generally, when we think about these VPNs, they are not supposed to gather data. However, Facebook's VPN not only gathered data from young users, it appeared as though that was the purpose or the intent of the application. This created a kerfuffle with Apple, and Apple fired back by banning the application and by suggesting that perhaps Facebook may have challenges getting other applications, or at least developer applications, back on the iOS platform. So
then how did Facebook respond to the criticism?
Well, Facebook said, hey, look, we were doing nothing out of the ordinary here. We used what they bill as a developer channel, and many of us who have developed apps in the past use this a test flight or this kind of side channel to legitimately test and see application functionality. Facebook said effectively that they were doing the same thing.
I mean, I feel like we talk to you about these things a lot, and these issues of privacy are in the news. They make headlines. Why is it that we're seeing such growth here when you talk about, the profits, when you talk about the number of users? It seems counterintuitive when you see these kind of negative headlines day after day.
It seems, without deep analysis, it seems as though there is a hard shift going on to Instagram. And once again, Facebook is not Facebook the application, the big blue app as they call it. Facebook is a platform. And in fact, this past week we saw Facebook say, hey, look, we're going to unify the messaging in the back end for Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp. So they are a technology powerhouse and almost unparalleled in some of their capabilities. So when they want to shift the focus away from one app that may see less traction to a new app, Instagram, they are capable of doing this. And we should anticipate in the future that as Instagram wanes in popularity over coming years, we should expect to see Facebook either build or acquire applications that do different functionality as social trends change.
Right. It really cannot be overstated how much of a behemoth Facebook has become. All right, Dan Patterson, thanks so much, Dan.